What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Take That, as well as an adorable resting Luca. And once again, we're returning to the double disc progress. Thank you as always to Michaela. And indeed, if you follow Take That, if you have been following this deep dive, but were not aware that over on my Patreon, I did a watch along for the full Progress Live concert at the Etihad Stadium, then you should be aware of that, and you might migrate over there and check it out. I certainly had a lot of fun watching the concert, and again, thank you to Michaela for sharing not only multiple albums, only one of which we've gone through, and not even entirely yet, but there are many more waiting, but she also shared the video for that concert, so I was able to watch the full thing, which again, it was quite the experience. I really enjoyed it, so check that out if you're interested. But the next tune here in the second disc of the album is The Day the Work Is Done. So, knowing that a number of their songs on this album seem to be autobiographical about them as a group and or individual members of the group, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some connection there. At the very least, it speaks to the conclusion of some project, of some work, some toil, some endeavor and or effort. And though I don't think the phrasing indicates whether, today or the present is the day the work is done, or whether that is a as of yet future event or as of yet not achieved conclusion is unclear to me, but I am curious about, of course, what the work is, what the significance of it being done, whether that day is part of why it's done, or it just happens to be the temporal marker from when the work is done and there was no necessary schedule. Of course, it's probably more abstract than that, or at the very least blends different concepts that I just referenced together, and whether that's autobiographical or not, I'll do my best to get a sense of. And again, Michaela has given me a lot of background about the history of the group and, Robbie leaving and then coming back for this period and then leaving again. But, and of course, some of the individual songs, when I did that concert watch-along, she gave some context for. Nevertheless, I don't know their full story in detail, so there might be some aspect of that I won't recognize in the moment. In any case, I shall do my best to interpret. Let's hear it. This is Take That, and the song is The Day the Work Is Done.
For everything till everything is in its place, and every setting sun when the work was done was a day that didn't go to waste. When all the work is done, it will be done, producing everything for everything to be replaced. And in dirty towns we will settle down and manufacture for the human race. The greatest story that was ever told in the lines of history was the grand designs of other men, and they built those walls for you and me. So don't stop thinking we can start again. Start a riot in the streets, my friend, or they'll stop pulling us apart again. 'Cause idle hands make idle men. Don't stop thinking with your heart again. spoken hours.
Wow. So I did my best to follow that lyrically. I feel like there might, again, be some autobiographical perspective about the band and the idea that, what was it, don't stop thinking we can start again or something like that, which suggests that maybe it's about their history and, the way they dissolved and then came back together for a while as a five-piece. Michaela said now it's like a three-person group. But yeah, the idea that, about persisting in conviction that work can be done again and you can make it so all the effort and toil is not wasted. And I think there's both sides of that here. It's like the line that, every time you get to the end of the day, which admittedly is like, that is like time specific. That's, like the sun setting or the sun rising, sun setting, that's like a time span for work to be done that is bounded by time itself. Whereas again, like the idea of something that can take place on a longer trajectory, unless it's imposed from the outside, that's something with a more open timeline. And the day that it ends, could be any day. It might not be a day specific to like a deadline. But yeah, so it sounds like they're saying like if you can get the work done by the end of that day, then nothing was wasted. It was all worthwhile. But then also I think they were speaking to the other end that, the like idle hands, create idle men. So like if you don't put in the effort, if you don't have that conviction and belief to, bring it back again, then that could be emotion, energy, or feeling that ends up being wasted because you didn't go through with it. You didn't push till the end of the day. And then, what was it, start a riot in the streets, my friend, something like that. The idea maybe of get out there and make something happen, even if you just have to clamor and get other people to start clamoring, that can be part of a process that does create change, that does make a difference and is not in vain, is not wasted. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm reading that exactly right, but I certainly feel like there's probably some autobiographical meaning happening here. And yeah, I like the sonics. I enjoy the balance between the more energetic sections and then the stripped down vocal led kind of ambient sections that start and end the track. And yeah, I enjoy the composition, which has an emotional feeling but also an energy to it. So yeah, emotional but not in a heavy ballad way, emotional in a triumphant let's keep pushing kind of way, which seems to fit with the lyrics. So another cool tune from them. Thank you again to Michaela. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.